Congressman Jim Jordan, chair of the House Judiciary Committee, is with us now. Over the past, say, 8-9 years, we have learned the American people really don't care about Donald Trump's affairs.
Right.
Is there a danger, though, in a jury caring?
Well, I think the key point is what's the crime here. So this was something done a long time ago, but there's no crime that Alvin Bragg has alleged. In fact, this case is so weak that no one wanted to bring it. The Department of Justice looked at the same fact pattern. They didn't want to bring a case. The Federal Elections Commission didn't want to bring a case, didn't bring a case. Alvin Bragg's predecessor, Cy Vance, didn't bring a case. And even when Alvin Bragg got elected, even though he said he had went after President Trump 100 times, when he gets elected, he doesn't bring the case because it's so weak. There's no real crime here. And it wasn't until Alvin Bragg's assistant prosecutor, Mark Pomerantz, resigns, throws a fit, does media interviews, and writes a book that the public pressure got so big on Mr. Bragg that he decided to resurrect what they called the zombie case and bring it forward. So there's no crime here. They're saying that this was all part of some conspiracy to impact the 2016 election. Well, for goodness sake, that was 8 years ago. No crime here, and I think the country sees it. And then finally, I would say their star witness is Michael Cohen, a convicted perjurer who came in front of Congress and lied several times. That's their star witness. Everybody understands there is no case here.
Look, we've said on the program that this case is about as thin as turnip soup, and probably it benefits Democrats politically that it's not on camera. That said, you've got every newspaper, every media organization with headlines once again drudging up Donald Trump's affairs and tawdry behavior, which I think we can all agree probably would not make necessarily a wife happy or a mother proud. And we've seen over the past 4 months, and this is undeniable, his poll numbers fall. Real Clear Politics average went from up 3 points on Joe Biden to now statistically tied with Joe Biden. Like it or not, are the cases and is the revelations in the day after day drumbeat having the Democrats' desired effect politically?
I don't think, I mean, obviously that's what the Democrats want. They've continued to escalate and go after President Trump now for 8 years. But I still would point to the fact that in all 7 of the swing states, President Trump is either ahead or dead even. So I mean, he's winning Georgia, he's winning North Carolina. Last one I saw, he's even to slightly up in Pennsylvania, big time up in Michigan, even in Wisconsin, and then winning in Nevada and Arizona. So they can keep trying all this. They've tried it for 8 years. I always point out they spied on his campaign in 2016. Then it was the Mueller investigation. Then it was impeachment. Then it was raiding President Trump's home. Then it was Jack Smith. And then it was Fonnie Willis, Alvin Bragg. Then it was the 14th Amendment. And now they got an actual trial where they're drudging up things that aren't really crimes to try to get this guy and keep him from off the campaign trail. But I don't think it's working. I think, as evidenced by the fact he's winning or even in all 7 of the swing states.
Yeah, and we'll see what the Supreme Court says. Maybe even the best thing that could happen to Donald Trump politically is a hung jury or an acquittal in New York, and then we're off to the races. Congressman, it's always good to see you. Thank you.
You bet, Leland. Take care.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.